the Los Angeles Chargers heading out to Kansas City, take on the Chiefs. The Chiefs favored by 5.5. The over-under on this one, 48. What are your thoughts here?
I'm taking the Chargers to cover here. I don't like the 5.5, right? I don't like I could see it being a 4-point game. I could see it being a 3-point game, but it being a 6-point game for Kansas City to cover, I think is possibly much, right? So the Chargers, the pass rush has to get home, and that's going to be a big deal here. If the pass rush can get home, this game stays close. If the Chiefs are able to hold off Bosa and company, it could be a very long day for the Bolts. Nevertheless, I'm going to take LA to cover. I'm taking the over here. I think there's going to be some points in this game.
I'm on the other side of both of those ones. I'm going to take Kansas City. I think that they find a way to get this done. Kansas City's been pretty good against the spread, 4-2 against the spread with the 5-1 record out there. I think that we find a way for them to win this thing. And it's not going to surprise me if we see like a 24-17 type of victory here for Kansas City. So I do like the under on this one. This is a Kansas City Chiefs defense that is playing much better than what we've seen over the past few years here. The Chargers, right? Like I can't trust Brandon Staley to make, decisions that are going to keep the Chargers close in this one. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see a late in game with the Chargers on their own 30-yard line and they said to go for it in 4th and 3 type of thing. To ice the win and keep that thing on the under. So, I think that we do see Kansas City win this thing. I think we see it on the under. I think that one of the props I really like. So part of that Kansas City defense being really good this year has meant that we haven't had to see Patrick Mahomes be vintage Patrick Mahomes, toss the ball all over the yard, score multiple touchdowns, all that kind of stuff. And he's had a down year for fantasy because of how good that defense has been. That being the case, I am going to take Mahomes to go under 2.5 passing touchdowns.
I'm going to take Rashee Rice over 38.5 receiving yards. He has been the most consistent wide receiver on this Chargers team. And yes, they brought in Mecole Hardman. I'm not blown away. I think a lot of what they brought Mecole Hardman in for was what Justin Watson was already doing, right? It's just that deep shot. I don't see him dominating touches in the middle. Maybe feel some of that presence since Valdez-Scantling has kind of fallen off a cliff here and is irrelevant for fantasy purposes at the moment. But Rashee Rice continues to find ways to earn playing time, and that is catching the ball and getting upfield. Fallen into the end zone a couple times, but it would not surprise me, and I'll get to the back half. It would not surprise me if Rashee Rice ends up really kind of cementing himself as the go-to receiver on this team, right? We know it runs through Kelsey, but Rashee Rice, I think, is going to continue to earn playing time as long as he's doing things the right way. So much so that I picked him up in the home league